Hello and welcome back, everyone. It's time for the semifinals of Week 2 of the European Challenger Cup. The Papis is going to be facing off against Team Illusion in this game. We saw Papis back in the quarterfinals with a pretty decisive victory over D-Nuts. We also watched Spicy Waffles close out a close game against Elo Fishers. This time we'll see if Team Illusion can take down Papis, who finished first place last week, not second place like Elo Fishers did. And I made a mistake and stuff and things, and it wasn't my fault still, so it is what it is. Bans, Rankonius.
Bans, lots of bans. Yes, there are four of them. That's
everywhere the bans. I don't know the rest of the words, so I can't.
Here a ban, there a ban, everywhere a ban.
I think that was a different song, but I like where you were taking that.
Old McHindu had a farm. E-I-E-I-O. It was in the duo lane, and he set it up there.
And did you know that Circuit does not start with an H? I'm looking for it, and it's like Ho Yi Hun Bats. Where the heck is she? Not there clearly. Production! High quality stuff here for the Challenger Cup, guys. I'm Zion, my co-caster Rankonius, who thus far today has had a bit of a reprieve from the giant mantra zombie spider sharks and kangaroos that plague the Australian outback.
Yeah, McHindu's here today, so he's been dealing with them for me. So you know.
Good stuff, good stuff. Picks and bans though flying through. Why don't you run us through some of these while I continue catching up on the picks and bans overlay.
Alright, so bans coming through from the Papis on your left-hand side and the blue trunks. I like it when they're in the blue trunks, because blue trunks are cool.
They are.
I don't know if you guys think that, but anyway. Sylvanas Bologna, we've talked about them, I think, ad infinitum, and I'm pretty much sick of doing so. Medusa, we did see play to a really, really nice high level of potency in that last game. Absolutely loved that Medusa play. It was fantastic, loved it. So that one's going to be taken away from Warchi this time around, and Circat as well. We saw how potent Dalo was the last game on him. He will get Athena for his team, and the Papis grab that one up first. Thor, Neith going to be the response picks for the guys inside of Team Illusion. Then it's going to be the reply of Bastet and Janus before going into an Agni. We round out our final bans with Rama and the Geb. I like the Geb ban, actually. I really like that Geb ban into an Athena.
The Geb ban is good as well, but again, I want to note the Medusa Ram ban. Warchi played them last week and came out to big effect. You also have to keep in mind Ojaboom. He was an AD carry. He moved out to Soul Lane, where he is still very comfortable in playing those hunters. And you know, the meta shift to let's just play hunters everywhere works out quite well in his favor. So there's that. But yeah, the Geb take off the table. There's a lot of supports banned out. That's going to force the Team Illusion to be kind of looking towards a B-tier support. Sun Wukong could potentially be run support, but I know what you're owing about. It was that ullr lock-in for Ojaboom.
Oh!
Or maybe
Wait,
not.
hang on.
No, that guy. Hang on.
Oh, never. I was actually about to point out that they did leave Artemis on the board, and I really, really liked the way that Warchi played the Artemis as well. He understands having the no escapes on that hunter, and yet still the potency to have hyper carry potential, but also enough lockdown on level 5 with the Tusky. God, I love Tusky. He's such a cute little boar. So cute. And he provides potency for you as well.
Yeah, it definitely helps out. Final pick of the game, or two picks of the games for that matter, we covered Artemis, excuse me. The final pick of the game is going to be Kumbhakarna being picked up, more likely than not, for the support for Team Illusion. He kind of really hasn't been played a whole lot. He recently received a pretty potent buff, however, to the Mighty Yawn. You know, one of the biggest problems, especially in casual play, is people get this beautiful, epic yawn of the 5 people. They're all sitting there sleeping, and suddenly, like, someone just, like, fires one astral strike through the lot of them, and it's like, and now they're all awake. GG. Now, if it breaks, there's a very, very huge slow to the attack speed of gods for the remaining duration of that ability, to the effect of 30 to 50%, depending on the rank. Level 1, a 30% attack speed slow is massive.
You'd be attacking with like a 30% attack speed slow at like 0.25 a second. That's brutal. That is brutal, especially if you're into a Sylvanas that had just picked up an attack speed buff for clearing out waves. Not gonna happen. That's just a random side thing to talk about, right? Yeah. You following me here? Random side things?
That said, though,
it's gonna be tangents?
It's gonna be a solo lane Sun Wukong getting played by Kezpoo. Nah, 80 carry Neith, no double hunter composition coming out for those guys. We'll see how that Wukong fares up against the ullr being played by Ojaboom. We saw him up against Wukong, Amana last time. I don't know necessarily how a Sun Wukong will fare up against them. We'll see how that works out in just about 3 minutes after the anti-ghost timer has finished ticking down. Alright guys, hello and welcome back. The Papis facing off against Team Illusion in this semi-final matchup. Papis last week went out in style for the EU Challenger Cup. Week number 1, taking first place in a nice 2-0 sweep. This week, it's going to be Team Illusion trying to stop them from getting to the finals at all. We'll see if they're able to accomplish it or not. Because right now, Papis grouping up left side for a little bit of early game wards. Right side, ward placed down by Samsa into that attack speed buff on the Papis. For now, though, let's go ahead and run through these team rosters.
When did the speed buff camp become the attack speed buff camp?
Season 2.
Season 2.
Did I say attack speed buff?
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, it used to have attack speed on it.
Jordan, stop living in season 1, son. Alright, on the left-hand
Glory
side.
days. Glory days.
On your left-hand side, in your blue trunks, the Papis, Ojo Boom. Solo lane, ullr, Dalo on the Bastet in the jungle. Swalo mid lane, Janus. Archangel's going to be on that support. Athena in the duo lane, and Warchi for the second game today, bringing out the Artemis.
For Team Illusion, it is going to be me on the wrong camera setting. We'll do that in a moment. Kazpu playing the solo lane, Sun Wukong. Samsa in the jungle as Thor. Resu as Agni in the mid lane. Zada playing the support Kumbhakarna. Sorry, excuse me. Kumbhakarna. Gotta do the yawn in there. That was horrible, but I digress. Kirko also playing the Neith as the AD carry hunter.
So much Neith. So sick of seeing Neith. Please come up with something new. What's new meta? Come on, let's design a meta here, Jordan. We've got the power of 1,000 people in our chat room. How can we sway them away from the Neith?
Guys, we are actually going to have to cut to a quick little break because apparently the... Never mind. We're good. Never mind. Thought I didn't have a mouse. Would have been bad. Because camera controls and stuff. Production.
Hashtag production.
Indeed.
Come on, let me see your hashtag productions. Come on, I want to see them.
Yeah, I'm going to talk about... There may be a just production things, image macro flying around somewhere. I don't have the link handy, otherwise I would throw it in chat. That said, a bit of back and forth aggression going on in that left lane. We were talking a little bit during the break about the... Emir was still on the table. We were saying, Kumbhakarna and this team comp, there really wasn't many options left that were really viable supports for Team Illusion. But they're going with the Kumbhakarna. They could have gone with Emir. Maybe Zada not a fan of the Emir. Most of EU tends to be. See a lot of it played over here. Nothing about production stuff. I seriously had no mouse for a second, guys. It wasn't just me messing something up. I had no mouse for a moment. I had to mess around with the camera mode, switch it back and forth 5 times.
Yes! I won the chat. I won the chat. The chat is mine, Jordan. I almost called you Hindu then too, so...
It's not just me. I have to put up with this stuff. He doesn't even know who I am, and I have to cast with this guy. It's just terrible. Rotation coming out from Team Illusion. They're looking to shut down this duo lane of the Papis early on. They know Warchi is a force to be reckoned with. Archangel looking like he might fall first blood. The damage not quite going to be there. Able to get the preemptive strike charge and find a space in the wall of Team Illusion to escape.
And Agni's now going to rotate back towards that mid lane. He's only level 3 against the level 4s of the Janus and that Bastet as well. Look at the damage he's already been forced to take from that one. That was not a good trade. Now they're going to go on for the Thor as well. He's just like, yo, hammer through the wall. Boom.
The Papis we saw last week, they're very comfortable playing these slower paced games, just wait more for the mid-late game. They're not really looking for early game aggression. Team Illusion are trying to look to force this game early, get themselves rolling, and kind of start snowballing early. They don't want Papis to get ahead. Ull and Artemis as well can both make some big plays. Through space and time, going for the left lane. We'll see if they can catch anybody. It's looking
doesn't
right
quite
now
tag
like
on towards anyone. Archangel though. He was still looking for some engage on towards Kirko, and now there's 4 people on the left-hand side of the map that are just going to go back towards the mid, and they get blocked! Those portals die off right as they go to try back for those mid camps. They're literally about to spawn. Can Illusion burst through the left-hand side? That's a yes. They grab the right-hand side as well. So no kills on the board, but Illusion to take a small golden XP lead from a miss rotation from Papis.
It's something. Team Illusion, I imagine, will continue to look to apply aggression wherever they possibly can. The Papis trying to answer back where possible, just didn't work out and actually kind of backfired on them a little bit. Solo lane, Wukong doing fairly well against Ojaboom's ullr right now, looking for the kill, gonna glory bound over the magic cudgel, look for the kill, Kazpu channeling up on that somersault cloud, surviving. He'll be able to leap away, but there's some guys waiting nearby.
They're still going to go for him, but the World Weaver comes in looking for the ullr. It's going to find it. Kirko is going to pick up that first blood before Dalu can finally reply with Kazpu. So, thank you, Neith. Kirko's just like, yep, I'll take first blood. Thanks guys. Bye. The shame he didn't grab that one before he left the base, though, because then he would have had Heartseeker.
Yeah, that's unfortunate for him. Nevertheless, getting that first blood, it's a lot of extra gold. You can see 500 in the hands of Neith right now. Yeah, it doesn't have the Heartseeker. That is unfortunate, like you mentioned.
Yeah, you're
but Kirko can look to push this wave quickly, head back to base. Keeping that stack, keeping the stacks as close as possible is in his best interest, just overall. Meanwhile, they're looking to continue to apply this aggression and just keep Papis as much on the back foot as possible. They're looking to steal away this attack speed buff, not the attack speed buff on the right-hand side of the map, that's actually the speed buff, but the proper purple attack speed buff on the left-hand side. Samsa rotating as well. Warchi is now out of position.
Gonna have at least Tusky online, so we can look for the counter initiate. Down comes Tusky. He does get a nice amount of CC immunity, Warchi, but he will get Tectonic Rifted up. And Samsa is gonna pick that one up through space and time. Ain't gonna help you this time, Swalo. It's not gonna allow your team to get out of any potential ganks. But Illusion, 2-1 up. They're doing really well for themselves.
Yeah, they're working in early game. Warchi, I don't think he expected to have 4 members of the enemy team sitting at his attack speed buff in that situation. Not a play we generally see come out. There's also that period of second wards haven't really been placed down quite yet. So, no vision. He pushed forward to the neutral point on the map, generally a reasonably safe spot. If he'd been any other hunter with an escape, he could maybe gotten out. It was sort of a tough call. It was 4 members versus just him. It would have been rough. So, he's going to be going back to base. Kirko has picked up that Heartseeker. A little bit of reset on the stacks of Artemis as well. Going to keep things pretty much even as soon as those hunters return back to lane.
Yeah, that's important as well, making sure those stacks stay even, especially for those early Gold Fury fights. You've got to now remember as well that 1-0-1 down on Kirko, so he is definitely ahead, 3,800 gold to the 3,200 coming through from Warchi's Artemis, but Artemis, that's that big late game power spike. She's got Tusky, we saw the CC immunity, how strong that was, and the counter initiate that a Tusky can provide as well to anyone that's looking to dive you, so she is definitely going to start coming online if she can get herself a little bit closer to that Neith.
And they also have ullr. So even if Artemis does happen to get caught out in the middle of the fight, they're not losing the majority of their damage. They have that backup, they have that follow-up, with ullr also providing some support. Dalo, Bastet, not typically known as a late-game god, but if they can get some early game, or not necessarily early, we're kind of leaving almost early game in a few minutes already. The mid-game pressure from Bastet's still going to be there for a fairly good while. A little bit of a grouping coming up. Mid-Harpies were just brought down. They're looking for Zada. Going to be forced to use that throwback to try and run away. Not going to find it. The wall blocks the epic uppercut.
But he's still got that passive online. They're going to burn through it immediately. Dalo to pick that kill up. Now they're going to turn on towards Kazpoo. He's the focus out. He's just going to look to try and run his way out of there. And we'll get out totally safe and sound. Numbers advantage right now in favor of the Papis. But it's gonna be Illusion posturing around this Gold Fury. This is a pick call. This is not a Gold Fury call.
Yeah, no, they definitely couldn't risk it right now, especially with Zada back in base. He did not have the gold for the Wrath of the Gods, so they really couldn't look to fight that one out, even if he showed up.
Bender of Olympus forced out to try and help out Warchi, as Samsa and Kirko were really looking to dive deep into that jungle. They're not afraid to get deep in that jungle and go for Warchi.
So as things stand right now, some buffs still standing on the map. You see Agni, played by Resu, picking those up right now. The game has kind of evened back up right now. It's still really just down to that first blood going the way of Team Illusion, plus that first set of mid-Harpies. But Papis are really not really at this one. They're not over yet. The game is pretty much still even at this point. It's an active, a single tier of an active difference right now between these teams. Right side, Casper having a little trouble against Ojaboom. That ranged poke coming out from him. Some Wukong has to use Magic Cudgel before wave clear, pretty much. You can't really look for poke. Ojaboom has the luxury that, I'm gonna wave clear quick with a couple abilities and just poke you down. Dalo's coming on in for gank, as is Swalo. They're looking to lock him down. Ojaboom taking a bit of poke, but the Somersault Cloud's gonna be forced out again.
Not sure if they can look to find him off the back of this one as well. Ojaboom's going to use the opportunity to catch up on some sustain off that clone, and Kazpoo will have the ultimate out. That's some nice safety for him. Samsa, though, on the left-hand side of the map, still posturing around. He's not sure whether he wants to go for Archangel, put some hurt on him, whether he wants to go for the Gold Fury, or whether he wants to go for Warchi. Now the Gold Fury's been started up, and the rest of the team, they're piling in here, and there's only 2 here for the Papis.
Yeah, that's going to force the reset, actually. Warchi taking it up for the time being. There's the through space and time. Papis are on their way. Zada going to get caught by Hornsby, but be able to run away from that one. Samsa is up.
Oh, Dalo's going to be the focus out. He will get a nice pounce off the World Weaver's going to slam into him, and look at the Hercules. He goes for it. The cats are going to make him live, and that's important. Samsa is now going to be the one that picks up. Ojaboom goes huge for his team. Archangel is now going to get caught up. He's going to get the preemptive strike out of there, and that's important. Kazpoo. Is that a clone? No, that was the real Kazpoo running around over there, but whoa.
Ojaboom. with the cleanup, finding a kill finally, a second kill rather, in the end of that fight. Team Illusion went a little too deep on that one overall. They went for that pick onto and in the back line, were not able to find it.
Defender of Olympus in the mid lane. Ojo Boom's gonna find an axe. Wow!
This should be a gold for recurl by Papis.
Can I just say how damn well Ojo Boom plays this ullr? He knows those axes like nobody.
He really does. He's an AD carry. He's not a stranger to the hunter role. He played it a lot back, as a hunter as well. Ull generally not really a high priority hunter for many people. Everyone these days, especially these days, is about the Neith, but the Apollo Backmore Season 1, the the Medusa pickups. There's so many other hunters on her who actually hasn't been seeing too much play recently. There's so many other hunters that are just so much high priority, except for 1 or 2 people who actually play the ull, and when they pull that ull out, they usually do pretty darn well with it. And, well, we're watching Ojo Boom once again start rolling very strong early on. A warrior against the hunter. Most people would probably give those matchups to the hunter. Or, excuse me, to the warrior. But he's rocking it and doing well. Wukong just really doesn't have an answer to that ranged ability and ranged poke coming out from ull.
Ojo Boom just put his first level into an exposed weakness. He's got his 1 and his 3, so the Bladed Arrow Thrown Axe and the Hail of Arrows Glory Bound maxed out before he puts a single point into anything else for that maximum wave clear, maximum safety from him.
It's also telling of the lane as well. There's really not much. If he's forced to leap out, okay, fair enough. If it's a situation where he needs that Invigorate to run away, he was probably already dead anyway, because that little tiny extra point of boost isn't going to help him too much. Sam's is up, but Ojo Boom is able to just safely walk back to the tower. That's going to be an Anvil of Dawn to the mana buff. They'll pick that up for Kazpu, but it's a big ultimate on cooldown for about a minute and a half.
That's not major use of that. Well, and now Dalo is looking aggressive as well. They will at least get the mana buff confirmed for Kazpu, but now he's looking for Ojo Boom. Ojo Boom finds that stun, and they're still looking for the damage. He's forced to drop that ultimate and use the regeneration coming through from it. Kumba's rotating towards the right-hand side of the map as well. Warchi in the the 2-0 lane is going to find that 2-on-1 with the assistance from Archangel. Archangel just walks away happy. Is this going to be a red buff steal for this support?
He's going for it. Zada's on his way in. The Yawn will stop that quite a bit. Gonna use the throwback and the Hand of the Gods to not be able to secure that one. Archangel will steal it away. So rough call. Samsa, Resu, excuse me, is going to be missing that one until it spawns up once again. Warchi looking to find some pressure. Ojo Boom finds the kill, 1v1 onto Kazpu right side of the map. There's nothing really up here to take, but Papis are continuing to apply the pressure and aggression.
They almost killed off Zada with the dots coming through from the Bastet. Now they're going to look for the dive deep. Archangel looking for that initiate. He wants to be aggressive on this Athena. But now they're going to find the stun over on towards Dalu. Forced to pounce away. Samsa, what can he do? Was to beads and run away himself. And Papis continue the aggression. They've snowballed this into a 3k lead. And the XP, it's 4.5k.
And with Ojo Boom split pushing down that tier 1, it just shot up to 3.5k, and that tower being down now gives him the option to rotate to the rest of the map if he so chooses. He could also just continue to look to apply pressure. Kazpu is having a rough time right now, 2 levels behind, a decent chunk of gold behind as well. Ojo Boom could just keep looking for that tier 2 tower. It's 1.5k gold. It's a nice pickup if he can find it. He's also going to force some pressure coming in from Samsa, potentially Resu as well, to just keep him at bay, because Kazpu right now cannot deal with him.
Look at the gold difference between those two solo laners. Net worth on Ojo Boom is approaching 7,500, just under 6k for Kazpu. He's so far behind. He rotates to this mid lane and gets some bonus gold and XP there. That's going to be... Actually, no, that was Resu I was looking at, but now the initiator's on towards Samsa. They're going to try and drop whatever damage they can. He's going to jump through a portal and be fine for a little bit longer, but Ojo Boom just says, hey, I'll take another one in the meantime. Archangel takes up that World Weaver. They're still looking to dive underneath this tower. What can they find? The pounce forward from Dalo. Oh, through space and time, pops the passive. Warchi finds the one-on-one. And man, Papis, this game, if they can continue to go like this is over.
Yeah, they're definitely getting this one rolling. Team Illusion initially were showing a lot of aggression, but they weren't able to really find a whole lot onto it. Since that first pick on the Warchi, Papis are kind of like, okay, yeah, we actually have to be careful. We can't just run away at this one. Let's just kind of regroup, figure things out, not get caught out, and since then they've been doing that very, very well. Suelo's gonna be able to head back to base. Tier 1 mid tower will fall. The Wukong decoy trying to do some stuff, but Ojo Boom and Archangel not concerned about it in the slightest.
I wouldn't blame them, you know. They're just kind of like, Oh look, it's a clone. It doesn't do anything. We've got this mid lane tower. Look at that duo lane tower as well. Warchi can walk up, breathe on it now that he's got that attack speed buff, and it is going to fall over. And Gold Fury, it's up in 20 seconds. That's why Warchi's basing. He wants to make sure he's got an item spike, and he's ready to go with this next Gold Fury, and he burns through that illusion lineup.
That's going to be the warrior tab I completed on him. It's going to be a rough one. Gold Fury is definitely put in contention. Poppies are going to be in control of this fight if they look for it. And Team Illusion are pretty much going to be forced to either fight or give up a Gold Fury. In either case, it's a situation they don't want to find themselves in at this particular moment. There is no opportunity right now for them to try to rush this one down beforehand because the vision is already in place, and Warchi's looking to chase off Zada. There's not much you can do about it. Pop the on. Warchi's looking for the blood. Tusky not going to latch on, though. Gonna buy Zada a get out of jail free card there, as Suelo finds a portal for himself back out to safety.
Bomb starts to rain down on towards him as well, but that means Archangel's looking for the zone over on towards Zada. Warchi, he's just like, yo, I've got the attack speed, I can tank up this Gold Fury, and I'm going to sustain off it at the same time. What are you guys going to do? You don't even know this is going on. Ojobu rotates from the solo lane to try and help out with the pressure. They're trying to put hurt on towards Archangel, but he just doesn't take any damage. He's not being hurt by this at all.
That's going to be a Gold Fury picked up on the back of that one. Ojoboom right now is huge. 3 levels up over anybody else on the side of Team Illusion right now. And that's not to discount as well. The other members' work, she is starting to get quite large as well. 2-1-2 on that Artemis. Suelo sitting 0-0-6. 007, Athena not quite finding those kills, but is definitely licensed to do so. Which is exactly what they're looking to do in the left lane. Look for the taunt onto Zada. Will find it. Suppress the insolent coming down. The yawn comes out, but it will not be enough. Archangel picks up that kill. We're just about that license, and she just made use of it.
Oh, Beats is going to come through from Dalo, but he's not quite going to be able to get out of that one. But Warchi, though, he's looking for the 2-on-1 in to Samsa and Rezu. Rezu is still going to get out of here, throwing through the spear as Archangel. That Mjolnir's attunement from Sansa to give him a little bit of space. Tectonic Rift dodged out. Warchi don't care. He's going to find himself Rezu's burning face on the Agni.
Yep, in the backside of this one, Samsa's trying to find this kill on the sway. They're going to use that threshold for movement ability. Samsa beating, trying to get those cooldowns online. Will find that kill with a not quite a shutdown on Suelo, but, you know, getting that gold nevertheless. Tier 1 tower left lane did fall. Tier 2 not looking too good as Warchi will be forced to back off as Kazpu and Zada are on their way over there. But the left side jungle is once again being ripped apart. They're not going to go for the damage buff this time around. I'm sure Resu will be happy about that once he returns to lane, but we're talking about those tier 2 towers right side. Ojoboom couldn't quite bring it down, but got pretty darn close.
Doesn't care. He doesn't care that Kazpu's even in this lane. Look at the difference. No. This is a 2,500 almost gold differential between the two solo laners. God damn it, Ojoboom. They're going to have to ban this ullr away from him. He can't get this in the grand final. There is no way they can hand this over. He'll play it every single game.
I don't remember exactly what he ended up playing last week. I know he definitely played the ullr a couple times. It's not just because, oh, he only plays ull. He has warriors in his god pool. He has other hunters in his god pool. There's no just, you know, his ull is very, very good and is very scary. But it's not just because, oh, you ban ull and he's done. He's shut down in lane. He's just going to fall back to something else, and you have to also deal with that. And, you know, people really haven't had an opportunity to see him play those other things.
Oh, he didn't quite get the kill on that right-hand side tower. Down comes the ultimate to come through from Kazpu, but now Archangel's here, and he's going to be able to drop the taunts and stop them looking to initiate onto that Ojoboom ullr. He didn't quite get the tower, but on the left-hand side, the dive comes through. They're fine diving, and Poppies have got the hurt. They're really starting to put it on towards this tower, and they're going to burn through that as well.
Archangel doing a great job zoning out both Kirko and Zada. Zada out of mana, really can't do much right here. Some poke onto Kirko, but he will be alright. Spirit Arrow not going to find a root. Poppy's right now definitely in the driving seat of this matchup. They're going to be heading over towards that mid lane, that tier 2 in the right lane. If someone looks in this general direction, they have to look at it directly. It will fall. So
if one of those crabs walked over and tried to flip this tower over, it would.
It definitely could. It's that bad of a state right now. Nice two-man taunt from onto Kirko. Ojoboom from the skies. Hail of Arrows secures a kill.
And they're not quite done yet. They're going to go forward looking for Zada. They're starting to burn through him. Goodbye, son. The problem with Kumbhakarna...
couldn't tell if that passive was up. It was... yeah.
Problem with Kumbhakarna into Double Hunter, they have too many auto attacks to burn through that one.
Yeah. It's basically Kumbhakarna's passive. It's nice if you have the team in the middle of a team fight. For the most part, it will not actually save you. Unless you like make, you know, it's not in most situations going to save you. I'd say probably 90 to 95% of the time, it's useless. It buys, you know, it absorbs a couple attacks. It's not entirely useless, but 99 95% of the time, it's not going to allow you to actually get back up.
Well, Fire Giant. When is it the objective that they're going to want to contest from the Papis? When do they want to bait Illusion towards it? Is it now? They've got the ward coverage here, Shodan.
And we'll see if they can actually do that one or not, but well, if they can or not, it's definitely a possibility. Only one tier 2 tower remaining. Team Illusion not going to have really any place to fall back to. They might... Yeah, this is just going to be counter-wise. They could possibly look to try and sneak one in quick because Papis had just gone back to base, but they didn't have vision to actually be aware of that occurring. That also said, Papis, at this point in time at least, don't need to immediately go for that Fire Giant. There's still a tier 2 tower to take. There's kills they can look for to actually build up a little more of a gold lead. They don't have to force
Tusky,
issue too much.
Left-hand side. He's going for Warchi's opponent, Kirko. He's gonna keep dodging out those attacks. He's trying to run from it, but he's boxed into a corner, and now there is an Athena that's just gonna lock everything up. Zada trying to come around and help out his hunter, but he's forced to run away on the backside as well, and Papis find another kill. Look at that gold graph. It's no big, huge steps. It's just a gradual climb, right?
Yep.
That's the controlled aggression gameplay coming through. That's what we know the Papis to do.
Yeah, left-hand side right now, they're looking to lock down Zad. He's going to pop that yawn, try and buy himself some time, but Dalo in the path of retreat, going to be thrown up in the air, but not going to be able to buy himself enough time. Ojibum coming back in, finds that kill. They now turn their attention over to Kazbu, who's trying to do what he can, but still hasn't really been able to have much of a presence on that Wukong. Still just trying to get his couple first items built up on left side. Resu now in trouble.
Gonna dive underneath this tower. Warchi grabs himself another one. Look at the KDA. 715, 812. And Athena hasn't even died yet. She just has not even died yet. Look at the damage on Kirko. Look at that damage. They're gonna go in looking from some search for whatever he can find. He's forced to throw that Mjolnir's achievement and run away. They're at least gonna get on towards Kazpu, and now they've got the vision on him because they killed off that clone. Gets over the wall.
Yeah,
But they're just gonna...
They're shredding through the base right now of Team Illusion. There's not a lot they can do at this particular moment. They found a nice setup, but there's no fallout to be had. It would still be a 4v5 fight. Zada gonna get caught in that portal and burst down immediately. Papis are right now completely in control of this matchup. 2 lanes, Fire Minions now gonna be getting swarming down those. They're heading straight towards that right side jungle. I know where they're going for. They're gonna pick up some Harpies along the way, but the target in their sights right now is that Fire Giant.
Wow. Not even a Fire Giant required to take down those 2 Phoenixes. The Papis are on point, Jordan. These guys are on point. These guys want SPL qualification, and they're going the right way about earning it.
Both hunters are 4 levels over anybody on their opponent team. They are very, very fed right now. 8-1 and 3 for Ojaboom, 8-1-5 for Warchi. Damage numbers, no question about it. They are sitting firmly at the top of that chart. Warchi actually almost double the damage of anybody else in the game. Oh, not quite. Ojaboom sitting at 1500. 33% more damage than anyone else in the game. Sometimes I can do math. Sometimes I can't. Most of the time I can. But occasionally, I come up with something. Warchi increases that kill count just a little bit more. 9-1 and 5 now for him. Fire Giant buff is online. 2 Phoenixes already down. Kazpu doing a little drive-by. Still up. Not getting out of there.
Dalo is going to claim that one. All right, it's now on between Warchi and Ojaboom. They're fighting for who's going to walk out of this one with the best KDA.
It's definitely going to be a fight. Warchi has the lead right now. We'll see what ends up happening with this one. Archangel in position, tanking up this right side Phoenix. There's no backdoor, or there are backdoor protections. They don't care. Samsa is up in the air, going to drop on down onto Ojaboom, but be immediately forced to use that hammer to teleport back out. The only thing left standing right now between them and victory is that Titan. Their Fire Minions present. Archangel's actually going back to base. Defender Olympus, though, going back in immediately. This could be the game right here as another kill comes out for Warchi. He's looking like he's solidifying that top kill KDA finish as Warchi is running around trying to get kills, but also trying not to die to the Titan.
Ojaboom is just sitting here focusing down the spawn.
They can't leave.
He is huge.
They cannot leave the base right now because the second they do, Ojaboom would immediately just rip them a new one. Papis will secure a victory in the semifinals to move on to face off against, I believe it was Spicy Waffles that was getting thrown around. I'm just going to double check that right now. It is. Finals of week 2 of the European Challenger Cup is going to be Papis facing off against Spicy Waffles. We've seen last week, it was Papis facing off against Elo Fisher, 2 very, very good teams. The way the brackets worked out, Elo Fishers unfortunately lost to Spicy Waffles in the quarterfinals. So going to this one, two very, very good teams, two behemoths once again going to be facing off against each other. We've had many, many exciting games today. Now, Papis, fan favorites right now, they'll be facing off against Spicy Waffles. Again, fan favorites. So this final is going to be a big one.